Frazier is a marathoner and ultra runner. He says his life as an endurance athlete changed when he found out that he could run longer and faster on a plant-based diet. His new book, right here in front of you, The Plant-Based Athlete, a game-changing approach to peak performance. Matt joining us now live this morning. Matt, good morning.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
I don't run unless I'm being chased. So tell me about how you have found kind of a good balance here with running in your life.
Running for me has been a really neat thing. It has really taught me how to do things that I thought were impossible, how to be really good at not quitting things. And that's one of the great things about running, endurance sports in general, is that you don't have to be a gifted athlete. It really comes down to just putting in the work. And when you do that, as you put in a little work, you find that it becomes addictive and you want to do more. And then you've got these big, exciting goals, and eventually you just sort of get pulled forward towards them. That's what happened to me, and that's why running's been a great thing for me.
Now, you say you went to this plant-based diet. How did you wind up on that? And when did it click for you, like, hey, this is actually working for me better than what I used to do?
Yeah, so back in 2009, I was trying to qualify for the Boston Marathon, and I got this, really it was just an ethical, personal urge to become vegetarian for animals. I had a dog that I loved, and I just wanted to stop eating animals. And I honestly didn't expect that it would do well with marathon training or trying to qualify for Boston. I thought I would have, not get enough protein and all these things that people worry about. Much to my surprise, after I made the switch, I got almost immediately faster. I was able to put in more and longer workouts than I ever had before. And so much prior to that, I had gotten injured as a runner. It was just the story of my running life was injury. Once I went plant-based, that really kind of stopped. And just 6 months after I first went to this plant-based diet is when I qualified for the Boston Marathon, and then got into ultra running and ran 50 miles and 100-mile races, completely vegan. And like I said, it just really changed the story of my running career. And that's really what it's done for so many other athletes, is it helps them recover faster. And that's why we're seeing so many people now at the very highest levels, not just recreational athletes like me. Some of the best pros in the world, including people in the Olympics, are eating plant-based diets, not just for ethical, but for performance reasons, which is really surprising that something so good for the planet, for animals, can also be so good for our health and our short-term physical performance.
And because a lot of people at home right now are just heard you say, I run 50 and 100 miles. Is that a one time?
It is one time. Yeah, you take some little short breaks, but it's in one day.
All right. Hey, talk about how to kind of spice this up. If you're eating a plant-based diet, a lot of people think that there's not enough variety out there.
Yeah, that's one of the myths, is that when you eat a plant-based diet, it suddenly means that you're going to be restricted in what you eat. But if you go about it with an open mind, it really can be quite the opposite. If you start, say, going to the farmer's market and not knowing what you're going to eat until you find what the fresh produce that looks the best is, and you buy that and you go home and make a dinner based on that, that may be a chance to trying something new for the first time. For me, it was like I had never ever gone to the Indian restaurant or the Thai restaurant in my neighborhood. They were right there. They were amazing restaurants, I later found out, but I had just been going to the same old ones that I always had. And that's how most of us are, is we tend to eat the same 10 or 12 foods almost all the time. And once you're kind of forced to start thinking outside of that box, it becomes a tremendous opportunity to try all these different new cuisines and really, really expand the variety that you're eating. That's how it has worked for me and so many other people.
Pad Thai became my friend when I did vegan for a few months back in the day. Hey, talk about how to remove, because we have all these things that we crave, right? We have chocolates, sweets, that type of thing. How do you remove those things from your diet and kind of replace them with a plant-based alternative?
I am a big fan of doing things gradually, not just trying to flip a switch and saying, okay, for now on, I'm 100% plant-based, so I can't have any of these foods that I used to like. I'd say just begin, remove 10% of those foods, or be plant-based until just after breakfast time for the first couple weeks. And then once that's kind of clicked, let that go through lunchtime. These days, there are so many plant-based alternatives that are on the market. So many of those favorite foods you're referring to, you actually can find pretty decent substitutes, and they'll do a lot more for your body, right down at the grocery store. But, I really like the gradual. Don't just try to flip a switch and say this is suddenly different, because that almost never works. That perfectionism just isn't really helpful for anyone in creating change. I'd say rather take the tiniest, smallest step in the right direction you can and build on that.
A lot of people say that meal planning is the key to all of this because it keeps you from having those cravings, because you can just grab something. But a lot of people don't say that they just don't have the time for meal planning. How do you fit that into your schedule?
Yeah, I mean, it can be hard. And one of the great things about a plant-based diet is that many of the meals don't need a whole lot of planning or preparation. So many of the, things like smoothies, burritos, some pasta dishes, stir fries, often it's just kind of assembling these fresh whole ingredients into a meal. You don't need to have any special cooking skills or often even a recipe. But if you are excited about that, it can help you because sometimes if you do just need to wing it, we're not so good at winging it when we're not familiar. So if you go look in your pantry or your fridge and you're used to eating one way, and now you're trying to create a plant-based meal out of whatever's in your fridge or pantry, it's not likely you're going to have a lot of success. So that's where the big benefit of meal planning comes in. A lot of people like to do it, say, on a Sunday. They'll plan their meals for the week. They'll plan 5 or maybe even 7 plant-based dinners, look up recipes on Instagram or Pinterest or from cookbooks. There are so many out there now, great plant-based cookbooks. And just find the things that are really exciting to you, take pictures of them or download them to your phone, and then go and actually get those meals. And if you want to even do some of the food prep, you can. I've never actually do much food prep on the weekends because I've got plenty of other stuff going on. But yeah, the planning ahead, just knowing what you're going to make ahead of time, it just saves you from kind of being subject to whatever you're craving in the moment or what happens to be in your pantry, which often is not going to be the most helpful thing.
And one of the hardest things about this is kind of keeping on track. When I did that vegan thing for about a month and a half, I had someone else, a friend of mine, who was a trainer, also doing it at the same time. So we kind of kept each other in check. That's very important, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the strongest forces in habit change, and it's really been well studied, is an accountability partner, and just the sense that you're not alone in this. We'll do so much more for other people than we will for ourselves. Anyone who's ever had a workout partner and you got to get up at 7 a.m. or whatever knows it's way easier to skip out on that workout if it's just you than if you're meeting someone else at the trail, for example. So the same goes for changing your diet. If you can do it in the presence of others, if you can get a family member on board with you, just some friends, and if not that, then just go on the internet. There are so many resources these days, so many people who have really experienced dramatic changes as a result of this diet, changes to their health, to their energy, to their physical performance, and losing weight too. And so they're so eager to help share those things. So just look around. You'll find internet groups on Facebook, or hopefully a local group near you that can actually show you where the good restaurants are and give you some meal ideas and things like that.
The name of the book, The Plant-Based Athlete, is available now on Amazon and when all those books are sold. Matt Frazier, thank you so much for joining us. Do appreciate it.